Hello, it is jasontrain and welcome back. Today we are in Planet Coaster, starting a new series of challenge parks, so that means there's money involved, salary, all that sort of stuff, staff, the fun stuff that's very annoying at sometimes, and really changes how the game progresses. So, the old park will still be a thing, the sandbox one. It will still be a thing, just less frequent than this one. I'll be doing a lot of this. I also want to know down in the comments section, how you want me to deal with scenery, because I know at times that can be a little bit boring. So if you want me to kind of like do a live stream of just me doing a lot of scenery and then upload it as an episode and time lapse it, or do you want me to just do episodes of scenery, just let me know down in the comment section what is the best choice for you guys, because I personally do not have an opinion. I enjoy doing scenery, so that's up to you guys how I actually put it out to you. This episode we will be making a main street sort of thing, so that will be a lot of scenery, of course. But it will look nice in the end, hopefully. So I've paused time so we don't lose money. We have a few visitors here. They look actually very frightened. They look very frightened. Okay, so if we go ahead and just zoom in here, I'd like to get rid of this, because we're just gonna, push it back to there. And we're going to go ahead and take some paths, and we're going to do some square pathing, that grid, and square edges. Just because they kind of have this nice feel to them at the same time of, they're a little weird. So we're going to have these three blank, and then we're going to come up here, and we'll do two, although we're going to actually fill these in, and then we'll come up. Just kind of add a nice little feel to the entrance. Luckily, this isn't too expensive at this point in the game, and I gotta remember where it's in shops and facilities, isn't it? Park entrances. No custom, please. Alright. Ooh, which way does it face? And we also kinda gotta line it up properly. You know? That's also a relatively hard part. Because we want it on the grid. Be cooperative. Here. Those creating so many problems. I like attach it to a grid. Being so problematic. Alright, let's see. So if we go ahead and just kind of line it up, will let me attach you. Alright, if I place it there, it will. Okay, I'm fine with that. Place another one there. That did not attach. Undo that. This will be a little bit of finicking, because it's not being so cooperative, now is it? Okay, there we go. And we'll do the same thing over here. Okay, and we'll just put some more paths in. Can we select this grid? We can. And we'll bring it out another one. This will just give us room for a nice big entrance structure. That will supposedly look nice. Okay, and this will be where Main Street is. I don't know if I want it this thick per se. Actually, yeah, we're just gonna put it to here. So it's gonna shrink in. And I think I'm gonna make this a curve in right here and right here. And do the same thing in this corner, because it looks a little weird. I think it's obstructed. Oh, because that's a different sort of path. Alright, so I'm gonna select this grid. Put that there. Get rid of that. Put that there. Okay, cool. That just looks a little nicer. Yeah, that looks a little nicer. I'm going to select this grid again, so every 3 or so, and I want them to be square edges, please. We're just going to come back across, double path it. Just a little pattern so we can do some nice scenery and buildings. I'm not going to do all of it right now, but we're going to do a little bit of it. We're going to go to about here, make deselect grid, and this is also the points where it will come out this way. So I'm just going to do that now. Bring it out 3 or so. So that also limits our size of building, so they're not too insane. And we'll have like rides and stuff out in these directions. And alright, so if I get rid of this, I'm just going to explain my little plan at the moment. My plan is we'll have a nice little entrance structure here with on top of it a monorail. We've already spent about 1,000 as well. That's a lot. So a little entrance building here with a monorail on top, and just shops and stuff and small flat rides out in this area. And we're actually going to stick in some now. Whirly Rig, I don't know why, but it tends to be a very popular ride. Still did not figure that out. So we're gonna start with Whirly Rig. We're just gonna place it here. Like so. I'll be behind a bunch of shops. Place an entrance in. I can't, alright. I know how I want to place the exit. This one needs a decent sized queue, so we're gonna go ahead and stick it here. Exit right next to it, actually. About there. And connect entrance path. So what it's gonna do is just kind of wrap around. And then we're gonna go put some kind of piratey Planet Coaster themed scenery around it, as this is kind of one of the entrance rides. So my plan is there'll be a few entrance sort of rides, and I'm having a hard time with that. Okay, cool. So a whirly rig has been built. Right now we're just gonna start with some basic trees. That's in nature. Trees are always a good way to just to have some simple scenery around something. Alright. That's really good. I'm just gonna do a bunch of birch because they're tall and they do the job. Kind of randomize it a little bit. I wish we had like a tree randomizer mod that they have in cities. It's not necessarily a randomizer, it just randomizes direction. One right here, one right there, and we'll put a tall one right here, and a tall one right there. Okay, cool. So there's a little bit of scenery around it. Be nice. Does this have music? Yes, I'm gonna lower that because it's nice music, just a little bit annoying. Alright. So we're gonna put an entrance price for now of $10, and $9.50. We'll experiment with that a bit, see what people think. Put some shops and facilities in. Start with the restroom, of course, because people will need to go. Alright. So I'm going to leave this area here blank, and we're going to do it in this area. Place in a restroom. Lock. We're going to place 2 of them, and then an ATM on the side of the building. Actually, we don't own that. Never mind. We're not going to do that. First aid, maybe. That's going to be its own separate building. Oh yeah, we'll build that in a moment. These will be... We're going to set the price to 50 cents, and I did that wrong. And we're also going to close one of the 2. Just so one's closed. And not costing us a ton of money. We're going to put some food and drink down. Let's get a Chief Beef. Always very popular. And we'll get a Cosmic Cow Milkshake next door. Alright, cool. So we have some businesses. Nifty. So yeah, that's a good start. Definitely a good start. Let's see. Right, from here we're going to want to actually build said buildings using what money we have left. Let's see what the scenery rating is, even though I bet it's small for this. Should be enough to attract a few visitors, yeah. Scenery rating, it's not going to say until we actually begin time. Time has begun. Let's open that. We'll attract a few visitors in. I probably think that's... No, just there was nothing in the park yet. Speed up time so people come in. Oh, actually, let's pause time again. Make sure we have enough. Make sure we can place down some path extras. So benches and stuff. We're gonna place them along here. Go a little excessive. Place down a garbage can at each end. Just so there's garbage and all that sort of stuff. And we're gonna also place some lamps. Kind of like at an angle. That's badly placed. There. Some light in the middle of the street. My throat's kind of hurting. Wow. Alright, and let's get some, just, again, birch. Birch are nice. Place one there, place one there. Get birch tree 2 in. And we'll go get some bushes and stuff. I want some like prettier bushes. Get some flowers around the edge with floral bushes on each corner. Just make the center section look nice, and we'll get some speakers in a moment too to add some music probably. Are these? Oh, I want them to be yellow. There we go. Okay, so we have the bushes down. That'll add to our scenery rating just slightly. We have a little bit of a scenery rating up there. 4. Booyah. Now, this will be a little bit costly to get all this stuff down to begin with. But, you know, it's something. We'll get some rocks in. That's a bit big. That's a good size. Oh, even smaller. Yeah. It adds to the general feel of the park. I actually kind of like how that looks. I want to get a little bit of a fence going around it. Something that looks nice, but I like this little half circle fences. What do we have of these? Ooh, these are Planet Coaster ones, so these will be good. They don't have to be perfect either. Alright, so we'll just get a few of these along. Not gonna be perfect, but they're gonna be just a little bit decorative. They'll definitely increase the scenery rating, if anything. Which is one of the main goals of building this little park in the middle of the park. And we'll get some speakers in later, once we can afford to have scenery running costs. Alright, about there. And alright, go ahead and place down just these last 2. There and there. Okay. So you have a nice little garden in the center of Main Street. It actually does kind of have a nice little feel to it. Alright, so we'll turn back on time, which this should increase our scenery rating. Yeah, it is. We should be getting some visitors soon. I actually want to pause time again. I can build this building. So we're just gonna Planet Coaster theme, very simple. Building set, modern. And we're just gonna build it out of this. So we're gonna start by be careful on how much we spend, of course. I'm gonna start with just doing something simple like this. Very simple building. Alright, and I want to put a little awning on the front. I like this little awning. I don't know why, I just really do. Alright, and then we're also going to place these down. But we're going to come up with these guys. We're going to place them like this. A little funky looking, but it makes sense. Actually, it makes no sense, but I like how it looks. And we'll put these molds on that look kind of cool. Like this. That just kind of adds to the style. Not like that. Like that, please. I want to do something with the sides, because frankly they're a little bland. Ooh, I know. Put some molding. I'll put it on this side. I like this. We'll double layer that up. A little nicer. And we'll run some piping down them. So we'll have this pipe to the bottom as well. I'm spending willy-nilly. How much money do I have left? Okay, I have enough. Finish up this little building. It has a little style to it, you know? It has a little style. It looks kind of angry or surprised. But that's okay. We're gonna get some very basic chief beef and that sort of stuff signs. So, chief. I want the lit one. The lit one. Is this the lit one? Which one is the lit one? One's lit? You lit? I think you're the lit one. You're just not saying you're lit. Okay. So we'll get you down. And we'll get Cosmic Cow. Which is this one. Yeah. I love the sound effects when you place down those things. Alright, and we'll go ahead and get the little awnings in. That one there. And one more chief beef one. This will increase the scenery rating of this building, making the shops more wanted to go to. I have $460 left, but I want to get some little lights in. Just little arm lights to light up the place. So, one there. I go a little overboard with these. I just like how they are. Okay. So, that should be good to start with. We have chief beef, we have some restroom blocks. Anything I'm forgetting? I swear I'm forgetting something. I'm gonna get a little arm light on the side here. Going down. Maybe we'll hide something in between, in those little areas. Kind of cool. Alright, let's resume time and see what happens. Get some people closer to the park. Hello, people. Welcome to... Wow, that's actually a lot of people coming. Let's see what they think of the price. Alright, stop. Lowering the price. Definitely lowering the price. I just set it really high to begin with. I'm going to start with actually $1 and $1.50. Just keep it low. Oh, still too high for some people, I think. Alright, now people are fine with it. Welcome to my park. And you're going to start spending money. Should start making a profit soon. Oh, is that too high for you guys? Yeah, that's a little on the high side. Alright, we're going to decrease it more into $1, $1.20. To 50 cents and 25 cents. Wow. Hey, I know we don't have much in the park, but like... we gotta make some money. Alright. $1.25, $1.10. Alright, that should be more people coming in. Still too expensive. We have 92 people in the park and we only have one ride. Hopefully some people want to eat at Chief Beef and Cosmic Cow Milkshakes, but for now they're going to want to go on Whirly Rig. Alright, cool. So they all spill out. Now they might want to eat or drink something. Nope, they're just going to get back on the ride. Oh, they're buying stuff. These are going to cost me a lot until they start making money. Logically. Where are they going? Oh, going to the bathroom. Alright. Cool. Park is a bargain. 53% of people. Okay, cool. They actually have over 100 people in the park, and that's just to ride Whirly Rig. We're still losing money. Yeah, this is a hard part of the game, starting out. We might want to build a second ride in a minute. Let me think. Let me think. Well, they're thinking this is a relatively cheap ride, so we're going to increase the price to ride it. One thing I've noticed with Whirly Rig, and I still don't know why, it's always popular. Like, people will not go on it, yeah, but like, it's just for some reason really popular. People will still think, hey, it's really cheap. Although there's some people that don't think so. I wish there were more rides. Yeah, me too, but I can't quite afford that. A lot of people online at Cosmic Cow. I need the bathroom. Okay, that would make sense. I'm surrounded by great scenery. Thank you. Okay, cool. So, let's see. Well, yeah, the bathroom's here. I've yet to increase the prices of these, just because money. I want people to actually buy from them. Alright, we're gonna pause, and we're probably gonna take out a loan, because money. I wish there were more rides, most people are saying that. Most profitable shop is the bathroom. Or actually increase the price of that, why not? To $1. Alright, and I'm gonna go ahead and not research. I'm gonna take a loan. I don't need that much. Okay. Look at the rides. Probably make... this one, it's expensive. It should do well, though. Especially if I place it like that. Reason I'd place it like that is so the exit is closer, meaning that when we start hiring mechanics to fix things, they'll actually be able to fix them within a reasonable amount of time and not kill us, money-wise. So yeah, let's take a quick loan. It's gonna hurt me, I'm sure. Alright, so we can place down this ride. People love new rides. Place it here. So we have the exit. So the entrance will be about right here. I'd like to place the entrance. Actually, let me place it. I want to place it. I can't place it in that corner, can I? Dang it. I'm going to place it right here. Place the exit right here. Just about. And we'll connect the entrance path. We're just going to loop it. Same thing. Early rides, you just kind of loop it, I guess. That's what I do, at least. And then later rides, you kind of go willy-nilly and add some really cool scenery and stuff. And we'll put some trees and stuff around this again. And hopefully we'll be able to pay off that loan relatively easily. Place on the corner. Okay, cool. So that should open. Get some scenery around it. We have 581 to do that with. Anything we can do. Alright, let's start with some trees. Classic trees. Get rid of the filter. Oh, you're searching fence. That's what was happening. Okay, some trees. We can't place really tall ones as this is a ride that goes up in the air. So we'll stick with the smaller ones. Any place we can. I'm going to try to play this with one of the tall ones because it's cool. Trees really cost a decent amount, and they're all cost the same even though they're different sizes. Can't really place any tall ones over here. Alright. Okay, so that's enough trees for now. It costed me a lot. I got the scenery rating up a little bit. So now people are riding that as well. Looks too intense. What's the intensity rating? Oh, yeah, I guess the knowledge goes up a little bit. That'll roll in a little bit more money. Please? Maybe? People still thinking this is cheap? Yeah. So we're gonna boost up the cash on that a little bit. And see if we can increase park entry, because now we have 2 rides. The missed sales last month was a little... We're gonna see what happens this month. Alright, we have some people spending money. We're actually making an income. This is good. And on that note, I'm going to end this episode here. Let me know what you guys thought. What we should do next. Always a good thing to let me know. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Like, rate, like, what? Whatever, comment, subscribe, that sort of jazz. Share the video if you enjoyed it. Want other people to see it, because that's always good. So yeah, thanks for watching.